All right, hello YouTube. So this is a video continuing the series of the gear I use. I've received a lot of questions over the years about gear, in particular pieces of gear, and I've decided to just do kind of a series on them to actually add some content for the winter time, as well as just actually answering the questions that I get. And one of the many questions I've received a number of times was about my dive lights and what they are. I think that they put out a pretty good bright light on the channel, and people notice that. So primary gears. Okay, this is I'm going to step back in time just a little bit and go with this. This is a canister light, they call it, and this is something that I used to use. I haven't used it in a number of years. This particular one is made by Dive-Rite. It's a similar manufacturer style for many different brands. The battery is not charged in this. It's actually charging over there because I haven't used it in a number of years, and I found out that it was dead for this demonstration. But this is an upgraded dive light. I bought it as a particular model, and then I sent it in and had it upgraded to what they call a Dive-Rite or a Lux. That's the kind of the brand and model. I'm not sure what the current one is. But what this does, this actually fits on the belt of your BC. This one kind of, let me sit this down here. So this will come off like this, and you just basically pull this around your belt on your BC, and then just run this around the bottom, and it's attached to your belt. So this battery pack stays on your belt of your BC, and then you run this cord up here as a hand mount, and that's how you run with your light. They're very bright and very good. They have a pretty decent battery life of maybe like 3 or 4 hours, if I remember correctly. It's just been a while since I've used them. The reason I got away from these was just the awkwardness of it, and I found something that I liked better. Again, a lot of technical divers still use this model and this style to great effect. There's nothing at all wrong with it, other than the fact that I went with another style, which was this one right here. This is a light and motion. This is a non-advertised or non-sponsored video, but I actually found this Sola 1200. It looked like brand new when I found it at a particular dive site in California, Monterey, and I walked around the parking lot with a bunch of divers. Hey, did anybody lose a dive light? And nobody came up and said they lost it. Actually, it was just this top part. I actually had to buy another handle for it, which is this part here. So I had myself a new dive light. And then I started using it. So I ordered a charger for it and a handle, charged it up, and it's spectacular. It has a great bright light, and it actually lasts longer than this big old battery pack one I have. So I really like this light. It's also compact, so I don't have a cumbersome cord and everything on it. You just basically put it on your hand, snug it down, and there you go, and it's with you the whole dive, and it's never really in the way unless you need to reach into something. I typically wear this well, actually I don't have a typical hand I wear it on. It depends on what I'm doing. So sometimes I actually think oftentimes lately I have it on my left hand if I'm on my scooter. So anyways, this is like I said, a Sola 1200. It cost me nothing at the time. I think it was selling for like $600, believe it or not. But the battery lasts like 8 to 10 hours. And it has like 3 brightness levels and 2 different styles of light. I'm trying to do this without blinding the camera. So basically you just pull back to get on, and this has it has a series of 6 LEDs on it, and as you can see, it's pretty bright, but then they have brightness settings, and it gets extremely bright, right? And if you have it, and then if you just push back on it, it'll go to a spot setting, which is about equal to what this one does, except so I have this 3 brightness levels and a spot and a flood version for it, right? So anyways, that's why I loved it so much, and it lasts longer, and it's pretty good. And it's depth rated down to, I think, around 180 feet or something like that. I can't really remember. You have to look it up online. They still sell this model, I believe. It's a Sola Dive 1200, and they also have a whole series of of camera lights, video lights and such for your camera mounts and stuff. And I actually have a couple of those as well for my camera mount that I sometimes use. but I'm not going to feature that in this video. Okay, then, so I am a technical diver, which means I dive beyond the standard limits of recreational diving. And I was getting ready to go do a trip to a place called Truck Lagoon, and I needed something that went deeper. My depths were going to be at 200 and deeper, 200 feet and deeper. That's not meters. So I went ahead and I ordered this one. And this one, I can't remember what the depth rating is. It might be like 300 or 600 feet or something. I can't remember. Maybe it was 600 because that's what this 600 for. But I don't go that deep, and I don't know anybody who does. But typically they'll overrate them so that you know that they're going to be good for the depth you're going to go to. Love this light. It is a larger spot on it, and again, it has 3 different brightness levels. And just bring it back to hold off. I like the features of this one better. This does have a longer battery life. You can see the battery is a larger battery. It's much longer burn time. I think it's up to like 12 or 14 hours if you're depending on the brightness level that you have. It might even be longer than that. I'll have to look it up again. I can't really remember. It works fabulously. Oh, there it goes. The depth rating, 300 feet. There you go, 90 meters. And this one doesn't have it on there, I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. But it wasn't 300 feet. I think that one was, I don't know, somewhere less. But anyways, use this to great effect, and I still use this occasionally when I do deeper dives. I'll criticize it just a little bit, and that is when you get below like 160 to 180 feet or something like that, and you turn this on, this is a weak spot in it. It'll actually stay back, and so you have to manually push it forward. So what happens if you keep it up, it'll actually shut itself off. So I couldn't figure out what was going wrong with this thing until I realized that I just had to turn it on and then manually return it there. So that is a weak spot. Actually, this looks a little weak too. The battery must be low. Weak spot in the design. Hopefully they will have corrected that. But again, it's just an inconvenience. It's not something that affects the actual operation of it. So my primary lights are these Solas. Love them. I can't say enough about them. They are great lights. They work well. The lights are fabulous, and they last a long time. All right, so primaries are those. My secondary lights, and sometimes my primaries, depending on what I'm doing, and I always carry a dive light, daytime, nighttime, wherever I'm diving, deep or shallow, and are these. These are, actually, I've used these as primaries as well as secondary lights, backup lights, and they are just a simple twist on and off. These, I believe, are Dive Gear Express lights, and they are very bright as well. The selling point for these were initially for me was they were $50. They're a small backup light. They're $50, and in this range of light. Oh, by the way, one piece body other than the turn, right? So it's all one piece, which is really good. So there's no leakage on it other than the double seal that it has here. Right here it has a double, it's a double seal, double O-ring seal. Man, this is really dirty. I need to clean this up before I use it again. Just picked up a lot of grime in here. You can see right here, but it didn't get past the seal. So the double seals, I don't know if you can see that or not. The 2 O-rings. Oh my God, that's so grimy. Ugh. I take better care of my equipment than this usually, guys. But anyways, love the lights. Really bright. And I actually have 2 more of these that I actually use on. They have a video light lens on them, and I use them for a video camera as well as I have Solas as well as these that I use to mount double like this on a video tray with a different lens. But excellent lights. Again, this is like an off-brand. I think they're made for a company called Dive Gear Express. They're a dive store out of Florida. You can look them up. I'm not sure what these sell for still. I don't know that. I bought these quite a few years ago. And so yeah, anyways, my backups and probably the lights I dive with most, because I always have at least one of these with me. And if I'm going in a overhead environment like a wreck or something like that, I usually carry both those extras as well as a primary. So I like to have 3. So anyways, that's it. These are my dive lights. I hope you enjoyed the video. I was going to do a weekly thing called Tech Tuesday at my brother's behest. He said that's what you need to do, but I never did actually get around to doing a weekly one. Life is busy sometimes, and frankly, sometimes just I don't have the heart to do it. So anyways, here we go. Tech Tuesday. Dive lights that I use. I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe if you've a mind to. Take care.